Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dammie. I'm a Nigerian based in Brisbane, Australia. If you're new to my channel, please do well to subscribe before you leave, and please do tell your friends about me, about my channel. The link, I'll put the link in the description box. Share the link to my channel. Just tell people about me. I'm just an upcoming YouTuber and I'll appreciate every help and every support from you. Thank you. Anyway, so about today's video, today by the title you can see I'm going to be talking about how to relocate to Australia without spending a dime. Yes, I did it, and trust me, you can as well. So yeah, if it's something that interests you, please stay tuned and keep watching. Okay, let's get into the details of today's video. With Australian border now opened, I think Australia is a dream country for anyone. I've lived here for the past 2 years, and everything I'll be telling you today is based on my personal experience. And yeah, let me just put a disclaimer out here as well. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I don't know. I'm just telling you based on my experience. I cannot give immigration advice. If you need any of those, please do well to see an immigration lawyer or experts. Okay, let's get into the details of this video. So Australian closed their borders since 2019 when COVID happened, and recently, I think last week, I've just opened the borders to international travelers to come back into Australia. Isn't that interesting? Anyways, while the border was closed, there was shortage of skilled workers in Australia. I personally experienced that in my office. We needed, most people in my office are immigrants, and then they come in from overseas. But with the borders, they were shut down. Nobody came in, and shortage of staff across the country. Anyway, with that being said, so there's a high demand currently in Australia for skilled workers. I know a lot of people, when they want to relocate, what they're thinking about is, oh, I want to go to school. In as much as it's good to go to school, but then if you have the opportunity to go via another route, I think you should take it. We came into Australia via the skilled worker, and it's not common here. Most people I've met here, I think I've met quite a few Nigerians, if I would say so, Africans, let me just say Africans, who moved here via the skilled worker route. But it's not yet common. The first thing when people want to think of relocating permanently is going via school. And trust me, schooling in Australia is dead expensive. It is expensive. It is expensive. So if there's a better option, so why not try that route? Anyways, we came in through the skilled working visa, and we've been here for 2 years, and we did not have to spend a dime. So basically, all you need is a company who is willing to sponsor you, and by sponsor, I mean they are willing to apply for the visa for you, pay for it. So we got an employer in Australia. I got a job offer, and they were willing to sponsor myself and my family of 4. So that family of 4, by that I mean myself, my husband, and 2 kids. And when they gave me the offer came with a lot of interesting perks as well. So they were going to give me a relocation allowance of about $8,000 in 2019. You know what that means. And this $8,000 would basically cover your flight tickets for the 4 of you. At that time, would cover cargo expenses if you need to ship your stuffs here, would cover quite a bit of things. So it's covered basically everything, every dime we had to spend coming to Australia. They would reimburse you for your medicals if you need to do medicals. Till now, I still tell people I don't know how they do Australian visa. I don't know the process because I was not involved. All I needed to do to the office was just submit my documents and credentials, and they put all these things through. Anyway, so I would record a separate video if this is something you're interested in. I plan to do another sit-down video where I'll be talking about the current companies that are recruiting and offering sponsorship. There are lots of them at the moment. So our visa is the TSS 482. So there are a lot of companies at the moment offering sponsorship. So I'll do a separate video just to list those companies and the top career, like the top jobs on offer. So the top careers that are on offer in that video. So if it's something you're interested in, please stay tuned and keep watching my next video. Another thing I would mention is when you come in through a TSS 482 visa, depending on the company you choose to work with, and your bargaining spirits, just like when you get offer from any company anywhere in the world, it is very important you try to bargain, or like try to aim higher. Don't just get an offer letter. You don't just get an offer letter and you just accept it. So you can always bargain. You can always like push back and then try to get. I know people who have done this and it has worked. I've also done it. So ensure once you, and especially overseas, it's not like Africa where we are from. So try to like bargain. Try to put in like a higher offer than what they've offered you. Most times they would accept, except it's outside of their budget. So with our own visa, so it came in, we got the visa. No, we got our offer letter. Sorry, we got our offer letter first. In our offer letter was the relocation allowance, was the relocation allowance, and then like the pay. But I went back to my employer, like I know there was a lot of back and forth on all of these expenses, but basically at the end, what our relocation expenses covered was our visa fee. So we did not pay for our visa. We don't even know how they applied for the visa. All we needed to do was submit our documents. We did not pay anything. In Nigeria, we needed to do yellow fever injection and they paid for it. It's so immaterial, but they paid for it. That's how much we were covered for coming here. Afterwards, we got the yellow fever. I think we had to do some health examinations as well for our visa processing, and they paid for that as well. That was a bit expensive. I think about 150,000 naira at the time for all of us, or maybe per person. I can't remember very well. And also bear in mind that all these expenses was incurred. So in as much as this video is saying relocating without a dime, you also need to have your savings, because all of this money will only be refunded to you by the time you arrive in your destination country. Because I make sure you have your savings. Don't say because Dammie said is at the dime you won't save anything. So save in preparation. So this is also preparation meeting opportunity. So save. Anyways, back to the cost it covered. So they paid for our health insurance. When we were coming, we had layover in Doha. And yeah, they paid for that. We booked a lounge in the hotel just to feel relaxed. They paid for that. They paid for our tickets. They picked up us at the airport, so we did not even pay. They picked us up upon our arrival in Brisbane. They picked up us at the airport. We did not even have to pay for a taxi. And when we arrived as well, we did not have an accommodation on that first day. So we had to stay in Airbnb for I think about a week or 5 days, because we're lucky enough to get our accommodation the day we arrived. Right from the airport, we had an appointment to do an inspection, and we got the house, and that is where we're currently staying. Anyways, I'll do another video on how we did that as well, and how we got lucky to get our accommodation, and we've been here for 2 years. You know, it's been interesting. I'll do another video on how you get your accommodation even without you having a credit history or anything like that, because if you're trying to get an accommodation overseas, one of the things they require is you need reference. We didn't have any reference locally. You need rental ledger. We didn't have any of those, but I'm going to do, like, that will be a separate video. Don't let me digress. Anyways, so they paid for our Airbnb as well. So basically all the costs involved was paid off. We did not have to pay a dime. So yeah, don't miss out on this opportunity. Okay, another thing I would like to mention here is opportunity meets preparation, or preparation meets opportunity, whichever way you want to put it. So by this I mean you have to put in the works. This opportunity does not just come once, right? You know what I mean? Put in the works, prepare. If you need to start doing IELTS, if you already know that, oh yes, I want to leave, I want to relocate, I want to move away from this country, I want to go to the western world where we are, and like maybe Australia, even Canada. I think you also need to write IELTS. Just do these things and start preparing, even without a plan. Trust me, all these things will be useful. These are some of the things we did that helped us when this opportunity came, and everything was so fast. We got our visa in less than a month of applying. Like, everything happened so fast. We're not even thinking of relocating at the time. I remember we just moved to a new apartment in Lagos in January that year, or December. Yeah, we moved to a new apartment December 2018, and then this opportunity came around June 2019. So that's to show you we're just living our normal lives, and this opportunity came. I would do another video as well to walk you through what we needed for this relocation, but the focus of today's video is mainly to tell you, don't streamline your relocation opportunities to just schooling, to just like getting PR. Yeah, there are some people who also get PR from offshore and then they are able to come here, which is also good if you get it. But I'm basically telling people who are hell-bent on schooling. Schooling is a route. If you don't, getting the TSS 482 visa as well has some criteria. If you are not eligible for that visa, obviously, by all means, go through another route. But I know that there are lots and lots of people who are qualified for a TSS 482 visa, but have not tried to, like, they don't know about it. That's just the truth. Because up until the time I came as well, I did not know about it. And Australia was a country, I don't think any Nigerian would think of Australia once I want to jump on the plane and come here. Gosh, no. Going to Nigeria from Australia is 27 hours with just about 6 hours layover. It's so far. It's so far. So yeah, I can understand if anyone don't want to come to Australia, but trust me, it is worth it. It is worth the time. When people say Australia is far, my next question is, I've said it before I came here as well, but now I'm here, what I say is, Australia is far. Are you going to walk to Nigeria? And then when they say Australia is far, I'm like, okay, from London to, are you going to walk there? So it's all about planning and what you want for your future. So anyways, that's just what I think that's about all I'm going to be saying in this video. I'll do another video where I will tell you the kind of visa we are on and opportunities currently available if you want to come through the same routes we came into the country. I would also do another video on the list on the jobs currently available. So I've done a bit of research and I know some jobs that are currently in high demand. So I will list those jobs that I'm aware of and I will give you more details. Aside that, I will also be putting out a video on the different ways you can come into Australia permanently and what you need, the different requirements for each of these visa routes. If this is something that interests you, so please stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and tell your friends about me. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye.